Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to run the old Space Cadet pinball game that was included back with the Windows 98 operating system. This was also available on the XP Plus package, and I believe a couple of different versions of Windows. You can now actually play this on Windows 10. This is actually what they call a decompilation of the game. You are going to need the original files to be able to play this. I did look on the internet, and it looks like they do have the game actually available freely for download. So that's the first spot we're going to hit. If you guys already have this installed on your system, you will not need this. If you do not have it, just go ahead and click on the link provided in the description. It will take you to this website. Go ahead and click on here and download that file. Once we're done with that, this second file here is going to be optional. This is for DG Voodoo 2. If you already have it, just bypass this. If you do want it though, follow the link on the description, and we're going to go to this website here. We're going to download the latest version, which is 283.2. Go ahead and download that if you want that. And then this last link here, this is going to be the link to get the decompilation of files that you will need. The latest version is 2.1.0. So go ahead and click on latest, download that. What you want to do is go ahead to the folder where you downloaded those 3 files. And then you're going to do one of 2 things. If you already have the game installed, it's going to be in more than likely in your local drive, programs, files folder, Windows NT, and Pinball. So it's going to look like this if you already have it installed. If you do not have it installed, then like I said, go ahead and use the file you downloaded. But what we're going to do is go ahead and try it on the file that you already have. So like I said, it'll be this location. So it may be program files, Windows NT Pinball. If you downloaded it from another source, you'll have it in another folder, and you're just going to put the files that we downloaded in there. So let's go ahead and open up the file folder where we have those files we just downloaded. So you're going to see something like this. This is one of the files extracted. So this is what you're going to have if you downloaded the files. And of course, DG Voodoo would be in here also. I'm skipping that step because I have it here on the side. So go ahead and double click on this. This will install it. Do not install it if you already have it. But if you don't, just go ahead and double click on that, get that installed. Then we're going to right click on this file here. We're going to unzip that to its own folder. Once that folder is created, just open that up. We're going to copy these 3 files into the folder that has the game already. So I'm going to go ahead and maximize this window. So you're just going to paste those in there and overwrite the files that are in there. So once you're done, you're going to see something like this. Now, once you're done with this, it is actually ready to go and use. I'm going to launch it the way it is, and then I'm going to show you why I use the DG Voodoo. So let's go ahead and launch this here real quick. So the reason I like to use DG Voodoo, if you're looking at this now, it may look small on the screen because this is actually a resolution of 640 by 480. So if you go in here and check the graphics, table resolution, you'll notice that it says 640 by 480. So the game will work, as is. If you're seeing a small window, if you hit full screen on yours, it should go full screen. But I'm going to show you the advantage of using it with DG Voodoo. So let's go ahead and close out of here. So we're going to go back to the other folder again that had the DG Voodoo in here. So I can actually do it off my shortcut here. So go ahead and go to the folder that has GD Voodoo that you've extracted. You're going to go on there, Control A to select all, Control C to copy. And now we are going to go ahead and paste that in the game folder that we were just inside. So go ahead and paste that. And once you have those folders extracted, you're going to go in here and x86 folder, copy all of those, paste it back in the folder with the game files. Once you've done that, we're going to click on DG Voodoo. We're going to run that. Make sure that this location here shows the location where the game is actually at. If for some reason it shows a different location, just click on here and add, and then you will go to the folder that has the game and point to this folder here that contains the files. Once that's done, go ahead on here. We're going to click General, best available one here. So make sure that is checked. The reason I like to use this is, for the advantage of being able to switch resolutions, and also I like to have scan lines on there. So you can go ahead leave full screen checked. Click on this option here. This will create scan lines for you. Everything else on here you can leave as is. We're going to go to DirectX. I like shooting up the memories. You don't necessarily need to. And then on here, what we're going to do is go ahead and scale this to 1920 by 1080. And now what you'll notice on the video, if the video window is coming out small, it should show a full screen now because the native resolution I'm running is 1920 by 1080. So we're going to go ahead and choose that. Leave this alone. If you put the this feature on, it may actually turn the screen black for you. It does not let me pick any of these options because it did change the screen to black. So preferably just go ahead and leave that at the default option here, which is app driven. We're going to go up here, filtering. You also want to leave that alone. You want to force VSync. And initially, just go ahead and leave this on for the first time. If once you load the game, you see the logo come out on the bottom right, that means it is working. I also picked fast video memory access. And you can go ahead and click apply. Once you've done that, let's just double click that and make sure the options we just created stayed. They did not, so let's go ahead on here and right click on here, and we're going to set this to run this program as administrator. So once you've done that, just go back in here, launch it again, and then just do the settings again. Sometimes that's necessary depending on what we're running to get the settings to stick. So again, we'll leave this alone. Force VSync, fast video memory access. The general tab, you want to leave best available one. We're going to go to full screen check down here, and this part here for scan lines. Once you're done, we click apply. And I'm going to set the memory up to there. So everything else here is default. We're going to click apply. Now, if we launch it again, the settings should have stayed this time. And as you can see, everything that stays. So make sure you leave the compatibility mode to run as administrator. And now that that's done, we can go ahead and then double click on this file here. Now, as you can see, the DG Voodoo option is at the bottom. And as you can see, the game does have scan lines. And we can now go in here. There are several options that you can change on here. You can select the number of players. You can change your player controls on here also. Just a quick hint here, I did look at this earlier, so make sure you click on this little arrow here to bring up these instructions. It lets you know, the original settings. If you choose default, to use the arrow keys, you need to make sure that the number lock is off. But if you want to change the other settings, this is how you do it. It will work with a controller, as I do have it set to the controller. So you can pick the buttons that you want to assign to the specific functions on here. Once that is done, the game should be all good to go. So let's go ahead and see. This is also audio options on here. I like to play with the music also. So you can actually check this for music. You have your standard sounds. Now, if you want to do one or the other, you can just uncheck them here. Leave this on here for the stereo effects. Sound channels, I put that to max. The volume is 128. And then you can also set the volume here for the music option. Or you can just do the, quick shortcut keys, F5 for sounds, F6 for music. Now, another thing here you may need to do depending on your system, if you want to go ahead and change the way the UI looks here, I believe that setting, this is always going to say this, and that's why we chose the DG Voodoo to run this, so we can change the resolution that way. If you want to set everything back to default, you're going to go here. I believe there was a spot here, right here. So if you want to go ahead and change the scaling, you can go ahead and play around with these settings. This is the one I chose here, so just this check mark here, but you can go and play around with the settings. The FPS you can go ahead and change here. You can hide the cursor, change the font with these options here. So with that's all said and done, if you want to go ahead and get rid of the tab bar up there, just go ahead and hit your F9 key. That'll maximize the window. For some reason, this menu thing does seem to stay up there. So we'll just leave that there and hit the F9, and we'll go ahead and hit the F2 key, and that'll get a game started. So the down arrow would control the, or you know what, I did change it to keyboard or to my pad, so it's going to work with that. So we'll go ahead and give this a little quick demo. So as you can see, it is running fine. It is running at full screen. So that's the advantage of using DG Voodoo with this. You can get the scan lines. And you can also, you know, go ahead and change the resolution on there. So as you can see, game's working fine. So with that said, that is the end of the video. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you find the video, you know, useful for you playing that game. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave that in the comment section, and we will see you guys on the next video. Have a great day.